Well, here's this month's Netflix thriller that's based on a book, and it is technically better than Brazen, but it fools you because at first you're like, oh, this is a better made movie than that, but then the closer you look, it is every bit as dumb. In The Weekend Away, Leighton Meester stars as Beth, who goes with her friend to Croatia to have a nice weekend of drinking, partying, blacking out, and then, oh shit, her friend is turned up murdered. Guess I gotta solve a mystery now. It's less like a Lifetime thriller that wandered over to Netflix, and more like I'm watching a Cinemax version of A Simple Favor. Or if it's a really dark episode of Gossip Girl, where Serena and Blair go off to another country, and Serena ends up face down dead in some water. At first, it was playing along serviceably, nothing great, but okay, this is a way to waste some time for an hour and a half. And then little by little by little, it just starts making no sense and getting silly. I don't know, maybe it was around seeing her dead friend at the morgue, only she doesn't look like she drowned. She looks like they found her on Halloween with a bunch of white face paint on. Oh, but they need her face to be somewhat intact. That way they can use it to unlock her phone with Face ID. And I expect the cops in these movies to be dumb and say stupid things, but here it is beyond that. It's beyond them just being incompetent and saying dumb things. Like when Beth tells the cop that she was drugged, and the response is, "Oh, so you were drugged, huh? But I thought you said you don't do drugs." For no reason, they start going after her for being the killer, even though there's no chance in hell anyone would think that she actually did this. Hell, even the lawyer says shit like, look, just confess, okay? Here's my card. Call me when you want to confess. Why won't you confess? The main character isn't that much brighter. She walks into her room where the landlord is already in there, creepily looking at her clothes, and he says, it's checkout time, and she's like, I gotta stay a little longer to find my friend. He goes, well, I got a room for you in the basement. And she's like, sure! It's the kind of movie where not just random shit will happen, but random lines. Like, what do you mean you had no idea this person was connected to an Albanian gang that does sex trafficking? Why would she know that? She's even helped by the world's nicest cab driver, who becomes her partner in this mystery. And I don't know, maybe he just wants a good tip or something. The supporting characters are so odd into how they fit into this. So you'll say to yourself, oh, thank God for the creepy landlord who secretly records everything in everyone's room like a pervert. That helps us out a lot. Like when Homer got cleared by groundskeeper Willie for sexual harassment. But for the first 80 minutes, I just thought it was average, like some throwaway thriller you'd put on a Friday night. Then that last 10 minutes happens that just drowns all of those backhanded compliments like the murder victim. The movie's done. It's finished. The case is solved. Even if none of the resolutions had anything to do with the crazy subplots, it was rather simple, honestly. Hell, the first explanation they give even explains some of the qualms I had with a few of the characters. But oh nope, it throws in one of those last-minute gotchas that makes no goddamn sense how anyone didn't figure this out. And it relies heavily on a character finding an object in the right spot, even though there's no reason this character would still have that. I almost admire how it's about as subtle as a Tyler Perry thriller. But it's not entertainingly bad or unintentionally funny. It's just a below-average mystery that you'll forget about not long after you watch it. Believe me, I know. My file didn't save, so I had to write this review twice. That's the most difficult thing I've done all year. I'll give it a D+. The last 10 minutes is really what threw it into the D category for me. I don't know what I got coming up next. I think I got another Bruce Willis movie, so I should get to that. Alright, subscribe to our channel today, and we'll see you next time.